Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Onward VR Master League. I am your caster, Noman with a 4, joined today by my co-caster and analyst, Triple Nibble. How you doing, Trip?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, been playing Onward all days today. That's all I'm doing all day. It's great.
That I think is what everybody is doing, because there's a ton of games this weekend. Saturday's a little light, but tomorrow, man, we got like 8 games tomorrow. Doesn't matter what's happening tomorrow, because today we have an awesome matchup for you guys. Dead Logic versus VRATH. These guys have duked it out. I think 3 times now they've played. They have had very close games every single time, so I don't expect anything different this time around. We are working on getting to the old build, which is what these teams will be playing on. So as our systems get updated and changed, Trip, why don't you take folks through what the picked bans are, or the bans, I suppose. We don't have to pick just yet.
Yeah, so the bans today, Dead Logic is banning Subway. Not really sure why, statistically speaking. Maybe they just don't feel like they can do it. And VRATH has banned Downfall, and I don't remember any of these teams playing long-range maps very much. The longest I remember is they played Snow Peak, which both of these teams love, but is unfortunately not available right now to play.
Yeah, that map should be coming hopefully pretty soon. But interesting ban. Subway, not my personal favorite map. Definitely not one of my favorites to cast either. So I'm not gonna cry about not having that one in the lineup. But Downfall, I don't know. I mean, yeah, some teams it seems like it's really just binary. Like you either love Downfall or you hate it. And it seems like today they've chosen to hate it. But yeah, I am excited to see this matchup. Well, while we wait for all that stuff to come up, I'm going to take the folks quickly through the match page so we can see who is playing on these two teams. So this is a silver division matchup. On the Dead Logic side, you got Neox, Cap, Whale, Big Mike, Gattaca, Galbers, Kija, and Project 8 VR. And on the VRATH side, you got Tom of Poland, Hitman 64, Majiku, Snowbird, Dr. Nobody, Frozeman, and Furious Daddy. Ooh, fun name. Names I haven't really had to say a lot. I need to cast more of these silver bronze EU matchups. Get familiar here. Yeah, so a pretty solid lineup on both sides. I definitely recognize quite a few of those players. Some are relatively new though. Does anybody stand out for you in that roster, Trip?
For being new or just in general? Because I know Project 8 is brand new this season. Ran through a couple of boot camps with him, and then he jumped directly onto Dead Logic's team and is doing really well.
Yeah, I mean, just in general, like, do any of these feel like heavy hitters to you? Like, who are we going to be watching for in this cast today?
Personally, we're going to be watching Snowbird with his shield, and Kija with his shield. Kija was doing some work on the last couple of matches, getting multiple kills. Gattaca, Galbers, and Whale are also pretty heavy hitters on the Dead Logic side. I have not been watching a whole lot of VRATH, so I'm not sure who their heavy hitters are. I don't think they have a designated hitter per se. They spread out and they take them all, and it's all spread out across the team.
Okay, so it should be a pretty interesting matchup. I mean, based on their past scores, and they're always within 2 or 3 points in terms of totals at the end. So it always seems like this is a brawl to watch. And I'm wondering, I don't know how many of those were cast. Do you have how many of their
Just one of them, and that was mine. I casted that match. I think that was one of the first times Snowpeak came into the season on a casted match, and it was great.
Okay, yeah, I think I do remember that. So, I mean, they haven't had a ton of opportunity to study each other, and obviously the limited map pool, it's going to be an interesting matchup. We'll see if any team has sort of found the kryptonite of the other and maybe seals the deal a little quicker than we have seen in the past. But I think we all know, based on last night's Ember and Phoenix matchup that was cast, we all love our third map deciders. So I am definitely hoping for a slugfest here where these two teams just go at each other for 3 maps. We are going to be getting into the lobby here in just a second. While we load that up, I do want to thank our sponsors, VR Cover and ProTube VR. Thank you guys for all of the fantastic stuff you provide for our tournaments and championships, and for supporting the league in general. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor, do reach out to us through the VRMasterLeague.com website. Thank you for all the viewers that are tuning in. Thanks, guys, for spending your Saturday afternoon or Sunday morning, I guess.
Could it be Sunday morning in
Saturday.
our viewerships?
Saturday
Night?
Wait, no. Saturday. Yeah, I guess it would be Saturday night. But either way, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us, no matter what your time zone is, backwards or forwards. That's the reason we do this kind of stuff. So just bear with us for few moments, and we will jump into what is going to be the first map of the series. I think that map is up and ready. Trip, do you want to tell the folks at home what that first map is going to be?
Yeah, that first map is going to be a close one. It's going to be Suburbia.
Suburbia, indeed. Man. I'm still like feeling jazzed about the Suburbia I watched yesterday with Phoenix and Ember. That was such a good, has like a real good back and forth between the two teams. It was an early cap, and then Ember was able to fight back a little bit. Phoenix closed it out. I'm hoping we see something like that. I think they got like the right order of objectives. You know, you got to get them in the proper sequence to make it interesting for a matchup. But we do have the lobby up, and we do have the first map. So we'll just quickly pop over here. Suburbia is going to be the first pick. And now we're just waiting on the rest of the folks to file on into the lobby before we kick this matchup off. Okay, what are your predictions on this series trip? What are you thinking is going to happen?
Well, actually, I wanted to ask you what you thought the correct order of objectives is on Suburbia. I'm kind of curious to hear that.
Okay. I've already got this answered down to a science. So you can't have the two north objectives happen at the same time. So you can't do like white car and red car at the same. It's too monotonous, right? It's the same push, it's the same defense. So you need something like I like the way they're started, which was the south garage objective was the first that came out. The second one was white car. The third one, I believe, was burning. So they kind of bounced around to the three corners of the map, you know, with the various objectives: the south, the west, the northwest, and the southeast. So I like it when Marsoc spawn changes every other round, right? So on round 3, round 1, round 3, round 5, you have a different spawn and a different direction to run with your Marsoc because it provides the most variety in strategy. And it's what I like to see, because Suburbia can get real monotonous. I mean, we've all played it a lot, just being regular old League players, you know.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. The change of spawn definitely makes it for more fun to watch matches.
Yeah, 100%. But back to my question, what's your predictions here? Give me, you don't have to give me scores, but give me an idea of what you think we're going to see here based on the history and what you know about these teams.
Well, I think we're going to see, so we're on Suburbia. I think we're going to see Bazaar. And I'm betting on a night map. I don't know which one it's going to be yet, but I'm betting on a night map happening.
Okay. I wonder if
maybe
it'll be
Bazaar night
and then
say, Cargo.
Bazaar night would be crazy. I mean, that's like that's a boss fight favorite.
I've been playing the night maps, and after the recent update, they look fantastic, man. If you haven't played them, you need to hop in all of them because they all look different. The lights on quarantine night, they lit up like the hotel, the buildings, the stairwells all have lights in them and stuff. So it's a very different feel than it was before, and it's really fun.
Yeah, I have definitely played some of the night maps. We did just run through Suburbia night in our matchup versus G-Men on Thursday, and it was a good time. They're definitely a little bit more balanced, in my opinion. Volk doesn't quite have the same heavy advantage it used to back when night vision was not as good. Not as good as the dynamic lighting. I think the dynamic lighting has definitely given a little bit of extra oomph to a lot of these night maps, but the lighting inside of buildings has been a big change and obviously still hotly debated. So yeah, I would not be surprised if we saw, I mean, we've seen a lot of teams practicing night maps and trying to get them into the rotation. It makes sense. It throws teams that may not have practiced it off their game a little bit just because the same angles may not work quite as well when your visibility is limited like that. So we aren't just waiting on the teams to kick it off. Everybody's in the lobby and good to go. So we're not too far from jumping into this matchup. You know, I don't know what to expect. I don't know. I'm excited. I like coming into these fresh and unaware of any sort of, you know, huge advantages. But we wait no longer, folks.
I think Dead Logic is going to be the more aggressive of these two teams, if we're going to be honest.
Watch out for pre-net.
Do you think, like, just in terms of sheer speed, as the pre-fire comes out early from the VRATH side, in sheer speed or just approach to objective, what do you think is going to be the difference maker?
Both, but approach to objective, they get really pushy, and I think that VRATH has more of a strategic placement on all their players versus Dead Logic just getting up in the face and trying to use the shield. Like Neox right now is just coming up, running.
Snowbird tossing a little frag out, should be able to grab Big Mike there. He actually gets both. It's a down for Neox and Big Mike. A great nade toss there by Snowbird. Whale just missing the refrag opportunity here. He's going to be crashing in soon.
And Snowbird is the VRATH player that's got shield use, so it didn't help him that time though.
No, definitely not. VRATH now down to 4. Dead Logic does get the res off, so they've evened things up a little bit. Little nade toss would have been good for any defender there. Majiku finds Gattaca as he makes his approach to lane 3. The push in lane 4 sort of coming apart at the seams right now. Just these two members in lane 1.
Gattaca also had a shield, and it didn't help him either.
I don't know that I've seen Gattaca really run a shield before. I wonder if it's sort of a new strategy for him.
Smoke's coming out. Cap trying to get across. Not really good smoke coverage, but he's readjusting them, and let's see if he can make it across now.
Yeah, if he goes for like that long, you know, streak cross on the ground, he'd have an easier time, but he does opt for a quick run, and I wonder if he's going to run directly into Majiku's bullets. Indeed, he does. Cap is out of the running, and now it's a lane 1 and lane 3 push by Big Mike and Whale. 4 minutes left. I mean, this is pretty aggressive. 2 remaining members of your offense. Obviously, getting caught out in lane 1 was kind of a problem. Majiku does find Whale as well, as he does not take that corner quietly as I would have imagined he would need to. And now, Big Mike, the last remaining member. A little bit of C4 detonation there. Not going to find any love. He's got 3.5 minutes. He's plenty of time, but he's working with basically a full VRATH defense here.
Yeah, and he's going to have to get through a couple. I mean, Hitman 6-4 has a decent line on his cross to objective. Furious Daddy is behind the objective, tucked in. Looks like Big Mike's just like looking through the bushes, trying to find any kind of movement. I think he sees Furious Daddy there. Man, I cannot keep saying that. I don't know about that name.
Some of these are pretty tough to continuously repeat. We'll see if he's able to hold this down. The shots do ring out. He does manage to duck in time. 2 minutes 45 left. He's got to find his approach. I don't think lane 1 is going to be that approach.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to find anyone. He's looking for rotations and waiting for someone to come around his other side, and I don't think that VRATH is going to get pushy, especially when they're 4 up.
Yeah, this would be the time to rotate. I mean, the entire defense is aware of his position. Not getting out of there seems wasteful. He's really just going to be running into Furious Daddy's pre-fire here, but I don't know if Furious is going to be stopped. Nope. Don't even have to say it. Furious does spot out Big Mike. VRATH grabs themselves their first defensive round here on Suburbia. Looks like there was a drop on the VRATH side. But Majiku VR picking himself 3 kills there on the theories, really locking down that lane 4 and lane 3 approach from center house.
And that's not the spot I would have assumed would get all the kills, you know? That's like a last man standing kind of spot where they have to get past everyone else for you to be able to even see him, but he was just, they were running across the street blindly.
Yeah, I was really surprised to see them set up those smokes, notice the gaps, and then continue to try to make that same cross. It doesn't seem to make sense when you think about what you're trying to set up, right? You obfuscate all this vision, and then you decide to full tilt run across the open field. It seems a little ballsy, I will say.
I mean, can you run faster than bullets?
only on my best days. It depends on who is shooting those bullets at me. So now we'll be waiting on this final member of VRATH, Snowbird, to join back up. The auto timer was killed, so we will see about how long it takes for him to join. I mean, so far, I have seen some so-so shield play. We've seen not quite as much usage of equipment as I would have expected for this objective in particular. I mean, they did a lot of the smoking in lane 4, but there's only one person there to really work with it. And Dead Logic getting sort of stuck in that lane 1 and 2 approach. Finished it off pretty quickly for them. I don't know. I don't know what I would have done different. Definitely more rotations after taking some fire or putting some fire down range. But overall, I think it's a little early to tell who is going to come out on top. That was a pretty sweet nade early on there by Snowbird to grab two downs and 1 kill in the lane 1 approach. But we're still real early into this one, folks.
Yeah, so the shield is 3 points or 2 points? I'm just trying to figure out if they were like short on points to get their utility.
I think it's just 2 points, but you are denied certain items. No, I mean, they should still have the ability to have at least a smoke, if not.
You got a shield, so that's 2. You've got your G17, that's 1. Laser, if you're using it, that's another 1. That's 4. 2 smokes and body armor.
Yeah, that sounds about
8.
accurate.
Yeah, I mean, you should still have smoke, so I don't know.
Yeah, maybe just an interesting loadout that we're not aware of. But either way,
it's just they're warming up. You gotta play. Yeah, gotta get a couple rounds in.
Yeah, it is just round 1, but yeah, that is that's the way the cookie crumbles for a nice early Saturday game for us. Well, while we wait for the folks to join back up into the lobby, I'm gonna do that neat caster trick where I throw it to an intermission and the final player joins right as I throw it to intermission. So we will be back as soon as, never mind, he joined the lobby. Oh, I knew if I said it out loud, he would join. So you're welcome. Didn't even have to throw it to intermission. Snowbird is back and loaded up, so we should be kicking off this round. See, you just threaten with an intermission, and then people just file it. It's quick and easy. Caster hacks.
Voice of God. They can hear it through their headset. They're like, oh God, no.
And the last like 3 weeks of casting, I don't think I've ever thrown it to an intermission without having the player join like 60 seconds. Within 60 seconds of me throwing it up. So I knew if I threatened it, he would likely show up. But we are getting into round 2, folks. Round 2, map 1. VRATH on the offense, Dead Logic on the same defense. We will see exactly what this approach looks like. Loads of pre-fire coming out. 2 shields. Tom of Poland and Snowbird both running a shield.
And we're seeing basically the same defense, although who's that over in lane 4 that's getting real aggressive? Getting up there.
That is Gattaca, I believe. He's throwing a little frag out, but most of VRATH still tucked into center house lanes 1 and 2. A nice little check nade there from Snowbird, gonna fall a little short of Whale's position. Angle just a little bit off. And the pre-fire from Furious is just non-stop.
And Whale does have a C4 sitting out on the backside of those sandbags.
Oh, indeed he does. There it is. Still just laying down the pre-fire, and nade coming in from Big Mike is good. It is an insta onto Furious. Tom is DBNO. And a great little toss there.
Oh my God, Whale is backing up into Snowbird. He doesn't even know he's there. Oh, he goes down. Not even a struggle for the shield user.
Big Mike should be hearing all of this communication. Gonna be coming in for the rest. Is Vegeta ready? He is indeed. Pickup comes out. Cap finds a down onto Hitman, and oh no, Hitman's grenade will finish him off. Gattaca on that rush though from lane 4 finds Tom. And now Wajiku looking for this quick refrag, but he's not going to get it. Gattaca on fire here. VRATH down to 1 member. Snowbird running the shield, lane 1. Gattaca going to tear through and just clean it up all by himself here. He does have eyes
rushing
on
a
that
shield
angle.
user sounds like a dangerous game to be playing.
Oh, not if he picks up that shield.
Oh, yeah.
And indeed he will. He's got the pistol out. Looks like we're going to be seeing a shield battle.
Do you have the Benny Hill music ready to go?
That is not one of my cues. We'll have to ask Buxton to drop that into our up deck. Maybe we'll add it for our UI refresh, you know? All right, Gattaca making the call-outs. This is going to make Snowbird aware. They do now spot each other. Nade being cooked. Snowbird rushes over the top with a pistol, but Gattaca doing a good job of doing the push himself. And there it is. The rush on the left side, the little fake, will get him the kill. And Gattaca, the star player of that round for sure, picked him up 3 kills on a nice little delayed flank.
That was great.
That was pretty fantastic shield work by Gattaca. It's always fun to see, like, when a Volk player picks it up, especially if they're not commonly shield players. It's always fun to see their engagements with other players, but you really can't get any better than 2 shields fighting it out. Almost as good as 2 snipers duking it out. Almost.
Almost. Now, we do have the red car objective next, which is not the way you want it to go if you're... I mean, I hate defending both of these, you know? They're just not... There's no good way to do it unless you're just gonna sit and wait, right? It's kind of boring objectives.
Yeah, this was exactly the thing I did not want, is the 2 north objectives back to back. It is... I mean, it can be kind of stale. It's also difficult for the defense because, like, generally speaking, you don't want to take up the same spots you just took up for a very similar objective. So you have to find new spots, but there's a limited amount, you know, of plays that you can make on one street by your lonesome. So I don't know. I imagine we're gonna see something pretty similar to the last couple rounds where they sort of go 1-1, defenses take both. That's gonna be my prediction. We're gonna be in a 2-2 here pretty shortly.
I think Dead Logic has a better chance of taking this one than the other one.
What makes you say that?
I just have a feeling.
Oh, it's hunches. We're going off of hunches now.
Yeah, it's the gut feeling. No, I think that, I don't know. I think getting a shield player out by the bus, if they do that, would be a much better play.
Ooh, I like this play. He dropped a C4 out, and then he checked a smoke over and blocked where the C4 is.
Ooh,
from the
that's
offensive
dirty.
players. That's a sneaky little play. A nice nade toss coming in, but sort of lands in the epicenter of quite a few defenders. Not going to knock anybody out. A few more coming into lane 1 and 2, but the defense, as you can see, is kind of shifted over. It's basically the same. It is just shifted over by 1 house towards the east. Gattaca's shield noise going to give him away. A nice little nade toss there. Not going to land either. And quite a bit of equipment being used early on to no avail. So far, all 5 up on both sides. Ooh, that one's going to go just far enough and grab a down onto Furious.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, that was the 5th grenade from Dead Logic, so they are out of frags.
One would hope they are out of frags. Those can be tough to track. Looks like a lane 1 push is going to come out. Yeah, Whale and Neox both making their approach through that area. And let's see what happens on this porch. Majiku does find Cap.
Gattaca's trying to get him with that pistol. He finally does. Furious Daddy was definitely giving some call-outs and helping him.
Yeah, Whale putting down a little bit of suppressing fire, but Neox going down to a defender. Hitman able to pick him up. Now just Big Mike, Gattaca, and... oh, of course I have the bug. And Whale. Early shots coming out. Big Mike looking for Tom. It's going to get picked up by Hitman. Whale with a quick refrag, though. Going to have to do quite a bit of work because it's a 1v2. With the res available on both sides, but it looks like the defense is going to be the one that wins out on the res trade. Gattaca should be calling this in. There it is. The confirm does come out. Whale now operating all by his lonesome. VRATH looking to take this defensive round quite handedly so far. There really just has not been any sort of oomph to these offenses. You know, it's been kind of 1 or 2 will go down, and then it'll be 30, 40 seconds, another 1 or 2 will go down. So there hasn't really been like that heavy, coordinated, all at once type of push. And just in general, I think they're just not winning out on trades as much as they need to.
I felt like they were really close on getting their push from 1 and 4 at the same time, but the defender on 4's porch just kind of put the kibosh on that. And yeah, I don't know if it just wasn't communicated back that that push wasn't going well. Whale is making it across the street, though. If he gets behind the buildings, he has a much better chance of capping this objective.
That is very true.
Or killing him. I mean, I wouldn't be going for cap at this point, but definitely killing. Oh, no. I don't know what he was shooting at.
Unfortunate, giving his position away. Tomopolan going to pick up that kill. VRATH is going to grab themselves a second round.
All Volk rounds.
So far, back and forth. Back and forth we go. I do appreciate the note, by the way, in chat. I think I was able to fix the white bar that Trip was mentioning to me precast as well, so thank you for letting me know. I think that is resolved now, I hope.
It looks like it is.
Fantastic. Well, you shouldn't see it on stream for another 6 minutes, but I think I know what it was, so all good there. Thanks so much for that. Dead Logic now going to be going on their defensive round here in the Northeast, and we'll see if they're able to continue this Volk streak, as no offense really able to put anything together of note.
Yeah, maybe both these teams are defensive teams. I mean, and if that's the case, it's just going to be a drag out, you know, round to round trades.
Yeah, those can be exciting, but there is something to be said for a really well coordinated Marsoc push for a victory. You know, I mean, it's definitely more satisfying to watch than it is to watch a defense win, right? Because it's usually the defensive winning is you sit, you wait, you get a pick. You sit, you wait, you get a pick. Whereas on the offense, a lot more room for excitement with the types of approaches people make. But we will see exactly what VRATH does here on their offensive round as we jump into round 4.
Furious.
And it is worth mentioning this is Dead Logic's map choice, so one would think that Dead Logic would be doing better on this map, but statistics, who knows?
Yeah, math is weird. A little bit of free fire coming out on both sides. Not going to find anybody early. 2 shields for VRATH being utilized again. We'll see if they can actually make the punch through this center area. Like, I don't think I've even seen VRATH's footsteps on the North Street yet. Hitman 6-4 going down to a nice pick by AG3 from Whale.
Gattaca got up in the playground area really aggressive, but there is a C4 out on this side. Don't know if it's going to be much use because it doesn't seem like they're coming this way, but I like its position. So there is that.
That is the C4 there.
He is blowing through that fence line, just blindly firing, and Gattaca now shooting back at him, trying to just pick up each other.
Yeah, Gattaca actually caught around there. I mean, it was pretty close.
It's like you turned your sprinkler on, but it's just got bullets in it instead.
Oh god, what a terrible sprinkler that would be. Oh, and a nice nade's gonna come in and clean up Gattaca. Tom of Poland with a nice toss there. That injury from Furious's pre-fire is gonna be the one that seals the deal on that nade.
He's still going. He just keeps shooting.
Yeah. It really is pretty much endless. I mean, the sound cover is fantastic. If you're going to push up as a Marsoc, player, that is the time to do it. But Whale is going to find two quickly. Snowbird and Furious both going down to a nice little flank. And he's excited about it.
I'm going to hold the lane.
Now Tom of Poland going to be duking it out with Big Mike here behind the shield. He's not quite as behind the shield as he probably should be. Whale finds another. Unbelievable. Somebody stop that man.
And now a 1v4 shield player that's being surrounded.
Yeah, he is being encircled. A nice little smoke there to dip out by Big Mike. I like that rotation. Toss the smoke, blinded the shield. Had him push back a little bit. Tom almost catching a couple shots in the back. Might still happen. No, Whale not able to get eyes on him as he crosses these Hesco barriers. Should spot him again, though. The shots keep trading out. The final member of VRATH. Cornered. Cornered and scared and alone.
Naked and afraid.
Naked and afraid. That's the one, but Whale gets a little too aggressive as Tom finds one kill through the bushes there. A great pick by him. He's got 3 minutes. I mean, if anybody, if anybody's wondering if he's got enough time, he's got more than enough to try to get at least one more pick. I think getting out of this position is going to be the best thing to do, as all of the defenders are now trained on it. That looks like indeed what he is going to do. He pushes out towards the lane 3 approach.
Speaking of being trained on it, don't forget we have those fancy new lasers, so you can see where people's guns are trained.
That's right. That's right, we do. Let's go ahead and turn those on for the folks at home so they can get a little taste. So these are the pre-last update lasers, which means they are not different colors for different teams. But yes, indeed, you can see where a gun is pointing.
I think it's very informative when you're on defense to watch them scan. You can see the laser just like scan over an area that they're supposed to be watching. Here comes the looting. What did he pick up? He picked up a rifle.
Got that G3 on the back now. He's gonna have to deal with Neox. Minute 30 left.
The C4's still there, and it goes! Oh, Dead Logic with that excellent C4 placement.
And a beautiful C4. We noted it earlier in the round. And there it is, paying off in spades. The shield not quite good enough to block that.
Man, that is not the way I would want to go. Get one guy in the middle, run all the way around the map, be sneaky, all to just die to a C4 that was placed 6 minutes ago.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good read right there by the defense. A nice spot for it too. I mean, it's interesting. He's tucked in close so you can hear movement. And he's got it on that little divider, so really on either side of it, as long as you push past it, you are dead to rights. Only place there would be the white car that would be safe for a cross, but be a pretty dangerous one to make if you don't have any teammates up like Tom had in that situation. So we are still trading Volk rounds. 2-2 is the score. Dead Logic going back on the offensive. Now we're going over to the Burning House objective in the southeast. See how these two teams approach this objective. I mean, this has been sort of medium speed. We haven't seen too many super fast plays. Usually a couple players will rush and grab a pick, but the rest of the team's sort of slow and trying to get their picks. But we've been ending with about 2 minutes left on the round timer consistently, so I think they're still just getting comfortable in this first map.
Yeah, I think that the having 2 shield players might help with this objective. It lets you go on both sides of that burning house with protection. But the biggest problem I've had on this objective is the C4 in the grass, man. It's just so hard to see.
Yeah, it is not an easy approach with both C4 and just nades, really. I mean, because there's only like 3 different spots.
I'm good. I won't need it where I'm going, mate.
Oh, I love it. Do you need a drum mag? No, I won't need it where I'm going.
Yeah, I did hear that. That was pretty great. I know the feeling. I'm going to my death. The push comes through lane 2 in a big way as Neox is the first through. Neox grabs Furious during his pre-fire. Just like that, VRATH out 1. 30 seconds in.
This was not the push I was expecting for this objective.
It's definitely an interesting push. Lane 2 would be not the last push that I would expect. Maj finds Whale on the inside of the house. The quick little headshot, hearing the footsteps there. Should alert the offense to his general location. Not likely enough to go off of. Big Mike looking for the refrag. Not going to find it as he stays tucked in. Neox on that far rotation to lane 4, but still trying to figure out which approach he wants to take. Gonna have to deal with at least 2 here. Nade coming out onto the other side of OBJ. It is good. Tom's a little bit overcooked. Won't find Neox either. Now it's a 4v4, but the offense a little disjointed. I don't really understand the lane 1 push there.
I think he's just trying to find people with that shield.
Yeah, Maj finds Cap on lane 2 approach. Now Gattaca, the last remaining member here on the west. Some trades in center house. Maj looks for Big Mike. Not going to find him just yet. They do have to regroup now. Oh, and Gattaca almost catching several rounds in the back from Hitman. Able to turn around just in time, and now the callouts will come out for his positioning.
And I think that's what he was doing on lane 1. He was trying to get someone to shoot at him so the rest of his team could shoot back.
Tom of Poland sending some rounds out towards Neox. Actually, I apologize. That is Snowbird sending those rounds out to the backside of center house. Shots from Hitman not really connecting here. He does spot out the 2 members of lane 2. Big Mike catches the rotation from Maj. And they've evened it out again. Dead Logic VRATH 3-3. Here with 3 minutes left. It's 3s across the board.
Yeah, but Big Mike is definitely pinned there. I mean, Hitman 6-4's laser is just trained on his position.
Yeah, he catches around there. Neox finds Tom on the OBJ, and he's out and on it. Neox is out with pad out. It's going to be a cap. Big Mike picks up Snowbird, but it doesn't matter as Dead Logic finds that first Marsoc round and turns it into 2 points.
That's the map.
To grab themselves that map. Yeah, indeed. And a great play by Neox there. Now I sort of understand it. There's a sort of a smoke and mirrors play. They have the lane 1 and 2, providing all kinds of suppressing fire and distracting the defense, and then all Neox had to do was creep up, find that one pick, and it's all over.
Yeah. I like it. Tanker.
Is a tanker map for map 2. Let me head over to the war room real quick. Burbia was the first choice. Downfall and Subway, the 2 banned maps. But map 2 is going to be a little bit of tanker, a little bit of the dark and dreary boat on the ocean.
Now, what ocean do you think it's on? Is the question.
I
don't know if it says in the.
It does. I don't think it
spawn
does. I don't know. I'm gonna say the USS Inferno though is in the Pacific. It just makes sense. It just makes sense.
We're gonna need some more lore on the tanker map downpour.
Yeah, can we be like PUBG and add some lore to our shooting game? That'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want it to be like Grimoire cards from Destiny, where I have to read them on the internet very inconveniently.
Baby got backstory.
Yeah, indeed. But a great showing there by Dead Logic, picking up that map on a nice little cap. Sets them up quite nicely as they go into their defensive round on map 2 in Tanker. If they can hold this out, they can lock VRATH out in the first 2 maps, and it's all over. But I know the folks at home will echo my sentiments when I say, let's go for 3 maps, folks. And I definitely think this map is conducive to those sorts of violent swings in score. I think it's a lot of opportunities for quick caps, a lot of opportunities for, I'm gonna say mistakes, but I don't mean like in a malicious sense. I just mean that can be so much chaos, so much noise, that teams will force mistakes out of each other. And anything can really happen here. So we'll see if VRATH, again, utilizing the 2 shields, they're going to be able to pull anything out here on their first offensive outing of map 2. Fire coming out. Snowbird and Hitman opting to go downstairs for their approach.
And Majiku and Tama Poland going on the north side downstairs.
Yeah, they're not going to run into anybody until they try to come up, but the defense is set up to almost perfectly counter that. Cap and Gattaca both watching the stairwells up top. So they're not going to have an easy time coming up here, and all while Furious just unloads round after round. All right, Cap now
Knows they're there. He had to have heard that shield noise.
He probably heard that frag. Oh, and Tom almost fragging himself there. Real dangerous one as Cap tosses one out on his own. Not gonna find any love. The C4 detonates as well. Oh, and Snowbird's nade is gonna be the first one to find purchase as Whale. Accidental team kill there. Big Mike does pick up Thomas Holden as he tries to make that push up the stairwell. Now leaving just Maj on the left-hand side, but Hitman and Snowbird have already cleared this opposite side of the tanker. I mean, they've got purchase on the objective. It's Whale and Big Mike on the defense here. Snowbird picks up Big Mike. Neox rotating underneath. He ran a flank. He came through, found one. Can Hitman find him? He can. And now it's a 3v1. Whale should be aware of Hitman's positioning here. Whale rushes in behind the shield, does grab Hitman. A nice series of shots there. Now it's a 1v2. Furious and Maj are the only 2 left. And now Whale has to be rotating constantly. We're just going to kind of park ourselves over this objective as Whale will have to consistently be checking the different approaches. And this is such a difficult objective to defend when you're just by your lone side. It's amazing how much a difference like one player can make when it comes to defending some objectives.
Now the question is VRATH communicating their positioning to each other? Because I haven't heard a whole lot. So I mean, if they bump into each other, oh, Furious not backing up behind the corner before checking his tablet, just sitting out in the open. Whale getting a good pick on him. I guess now Maj doesn't have to worry about shooting his own teammate.
Yeah, that is very true. I mean, Whale, I think, went on a tear there after that team kill and said, you know what? I'm going to make up for it. I'm going to go ahead and just clean this team up for you guys. Don't even worry. If we take a look at the scores here, he's picked up...
1.
Two because he's got the team kill. So 2 kills so far.
Right.
Maj might be spotting him out. Ooh, looks like Whale was the one that spots him, and the shots ring out. Dead Logic will get themselves that defensive round as Whale goes on through to clutch the series. The round point for Dead Logic there.
Yeah, they definitely both saw each other, and they were just waiting for that trade to come out.
Yeah, and good rotations there by Whale. Good awareness on the objective. He played that pretty much textbook aside from the unfortunate TK, which I don't think I caught, so I'm not even sure it's his fault.
Oh, it absolutely was.
Oh, okay, perfect. I'm glad you're able to blame him.
He came in from the north door on that north stairwell and just pulled the trigger, didn't even hesitate, and then he goes, oops, immediately after shooting him.
Yeah, unfortunate.
You know when it's a team kill, right? Like, you always know.
Yeah, that is true. But we'll see if VRATH is able to put together a defensive round of their own in map 2 here, as we are done with Suburbia. Dead Logic taking that one 4-2 with a nice cap on Burning in their final Marsoc push. Oh, map 2 underway. Dead Logic finding a nice clutch 3-kill win there for Whale. And now they are switching sides and we are ready to go. Round 2. Kicking off here of map 2. We're seeing double shields on both sides. And this is like Shield-a-Palooza here.
I don't know if they always play double shields or if that's a response to the shield players of the other team.
I mean, I think with these tunnels, it's just such a boon to your offense to have these shields. Neox just barely ducking in time, able to catch almost all of the bullets, but Furious does land 1 or 2.
Hitman on the south side called out the shield and then backed away.
Oh, and the nade unfortunately caught on the lamp there. A good attempt to try to get that nade kill. Tom and Furious now having to defend against this side. He finds a flash. Looks like it might have caught Tom.
Man, throwing nades on this level is just hard.
Yeah, there are quite a few little snags it can hit in various areas. Furious looking to check this corner again. The big Mike ready for him. Misses the shots.
Oh, the shields have just pinned Hitman 6-4. Gattaca and Cap are coming in the corner.
And there it is. Hitman does go down to a nice little pick by Gattaca. Snowbird picks up Cap, though, on the approach, evening things out again, and it's a 4v4, but after Big Mike picks up Furious, he keeps re-peeking that barrel and, of course, gets punished in the end for it. Oh, but a great nade by Tom of Poland is going to take Neox out of the equation, so that is one shield player out. Still one remaining with Gattaca on the south side.
Yeah, he's facing off with Snowbird now. They know where he's at. They've called him out. He's looting the bodies. What is he gonna do?
Mike finds Tom of Poland just standing out in the open.
One down.
Whale is going to clean up Snowbird on OBJ, and now it's looking very capable here as the last member, Maj, of VRATH. Not really anywhere to be able to defend the objective. They could just walk in and cap this right now. Looks like he is just now figuring that out. As he rotates back through, but the footsteps are going to give him away, and yes, Whale will spot him, but the shots won't land. And Maj hangs on for a little bit longer. I definitely expected that to be a Dead Logic win here.
I think Gaddick is going to get him here, though, with the shield. Oh, no!
Yeah, we are all kinds of wrong as Mach finds another. And now VRATH looking to pull the same 3-kill clutch again if Big Mike is not able to clean this up.
That was so close.
He does have the shield now.
All he needs to do is be quiet. Majiku's running all over the place.
He's got to be constantly rotating when this is the right call, but Big Mike just really taking his time. I don't think he knows what kind of approach he wants to do here. If he's going to use the shield or if he's going to abandon it and just try and cap. Just checking the window now. Mach does spot him out. The shots don't land. A little nade toss coming up and over. The flash not going to find anything.
Yeah, we're going this time, man.
Hey, we're gonna go that way.
He's scared of him.
Maybe right side, okay?
Having a little bit of
The
a,
only one.
little bit of friendly banter here.
I've got to wait. Yep. I'm and my friend. Keep going around this place. That's one.
Let's go let this play out. Who needs casters when you got them doing their own discussion about their own strats, you know? Who needs it? Maj finally forced to rotate out. Time is running low for Big Mike, though. He doesn't have a lot of time for games. Maj gives up on the angle as Big Mike rotates out of the building, and now they're right on the corner from each other. The shots don't hit.
Free fire, come on.
Big Mike just missing him again. As Maj rotates on the angle. The deep angle is going to be the one that wins as Big Mike goes down. And Maj does pull off the 1v3 clutch to continue the defensive streak. That was very funny. Very funny. Little game of cat and mouse there at the end.
And now we get the downstairs objective.
Ooh, a fun one. Definitely a fun one to watch. See if Dead Logic can keep up. So far, they are undefeated on Volk rounds. VRATH the only ones giving up a single Volk round to that map-winning cap from Dead Logic at the end of Suburbia. So far, their defense has been real tight, real good.
We haven't seen any flashlights come out either, which is becoming a more meta option for night vision and everything.
Yeah, it is quite blinding. I mean, that and flares. I've seen quite a few flares in scrims and stuff. I haven't seen it in league play really, but I would not be surprised to be seeing that.
You know, my favorite play that I've seen on this objective is having the one guy sit above it on the top deck and just shoot the ground to get sound cover. That's still my favorite play.
Such an interesting play. Tom of Poland can be the first one to find a kill. As Neox goes down, the C4 detonation on his body, not going to find anybody just yet. And VRATH looking good on this offensive push.
He had a Molotov and a C4.
Yeah, this is not going to be the approach the offense takes initially, but it's already dissipating now. As Whale spots out Neox's shield, and he does put a round into him, and in fact takes him out completely, as able to shoot around the shield. Hitman looking for any sort of aggressive defensive maneuver, but now Cap and Snowbird gonna be meeting each other here. Whale finds another as Hitman pushes through right into his bullets. I wonder if Maj is gonna be the quick one on the refrag as he looks for Whale. Ooh, almost catches the bullets. The quick fire is not gonna find him any love as a nade comes out. Stays tucked in. Makes the call out for being down, but not actually being down. A little smoke screen play that we've seen quite a bit.
Another C4 picking up Furious Daddy.
Oh, we missed a knife kill. Oh, no. Looks like Snowbird was rushed there. Of course, as I give up on that angle, Whale finds Maj on the center. Now it's just one remaining member of VRATH. His Dead Logic defense is impenetrable today.
Cap gonna pick him up on the backside.
Oh, he got so close. All right, let's take a look through Snowbird's eyes. He does put one round in. He's definitely hearing all this communication. But there's just so many defenders. It's going to be so difficult. Oh, Cap is going to give himself away to the defense. Now trained in on his spot. Trying to... Ooh, and he catches a couple of rounds of the reload, and Big Mike and Whale will finish him off. Unfortunate team kill nade there at the end. But Dead Logic will scoop themselves up another heaping helping of Volk wins as they go up 2-1 in the series. Whale with 7 kills, technically 8, as he did still have that team kill early on.
Well, then technically it would be 9.
Oh. Assign the wrong team to the wrong, or wrong point to the wrong team. But there it is.
Now, with the exception of the first 2 rounds on Tanker, all of these have been the defending team having a lot of members up, and the cap round. The cap round was a fluke.
Yeah,
statistical improbability.
True, true. Yeah, the defense, when they've won, have definitely had almost always more members up, except for the first 2 of this map, which was a 1v3 clutch on both sides. That's what I was talking about with Tanker. Anything can happen. You're down 1v3, doesn't matter. You'll just clutch it, rotating around. Round 4 is kicking off. Double shields again. Scatica and Neox. Will we rock? That's not a very heartening thing to hear from your offenses. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going.
You just point the bang in towards the enemy. It's fine.
Yeah. Just shoot him with the shooty end.
Yeah.
Gattaca. What was that? Some interesting sounds coming out from the defense and the offense, but Gattaca and Whale already basically on top of the objective, just have to find their way down as Big Mike and Neox are holding down. Well, there is a C4 right there on the wall.
Dead Logic is sending one of their players all the way around the back of the superstructure, but I do like that VRATH has set someone to watch that hallway. Actually, they're sending 3 now.
A little bit of reinforcement there. The nade coming out should clear the C4. Indeed it does. Tom now aware, but thinking Neox will likely not make that same approach, that same angle. They are sending 3, though, in the back, indeed. As they've got... Oh, you can't fly through that window. Are you kidding me? Killing me, Tanker. Maj finds a down on Whale. Yeah, that was a nice little pick over the top of the shield. He's going to catch a few rounds, and Gattaca will down him. The callouts will still ring out here. There's the confirm. Res does come out. Dead Logic back to full strength.
I will say Whale is probably one of my favorite people to spectate or play against. He's so polite. He's like, if you could hop down here and heal me, that'd be great.
Tom going to be dealing with quite a bit of offense here on the corner. Oh, and I think that's the first fire kill I have seen in a casted match, but a nice little Molotov toss to the face is going to catch his attacker.
Man.
Now Dead Logic going to be slowed up.
I would like to remind you of Beefy's Molotov kill on Tanker, but it was himself. So.
Oh, that doesn't count. That's not. That's not a real kill. Snowbird's gonna find Neox on his approach to the objective. They're pretty tight on this. Snowbird and Hitman in good little spots there. Big Mike just narrowly missing a nade. Snowbird catching a few shots in the shield as Gattaca drops him. Hitman and Furious, the last 2 members of the defense remaining. Dead Logic making that offensive push that we've seen before. Hitman tossing a couple of flash and frags out. Not going to find any love yet. And the offense is constricting. There's only 2 members remaining. Furious catches a headshot, and Hitman taken down by Big Mike. Dead Logic will find their second Marsoc round of the series.
Those shields, man. I don't think I'd want to be stuck in that room with the objective if you know that the enemy has 2 shields. Because that just doesn't seem like, you know, you're going to be on the winning end of that trade.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
you can't chuck nades, so because they'll hit the ceiling, so you can only like lob them a little bit away from you. It's just hard.
I agree. I think that I don't think that there is like a best play for that, though. You know, like I don't really know. Because you have to constantly be rotating. You can't... They couldn't have just sat in their spots there. You just kind of have to challenge them. And luckily for the defense, the shields in this particular version are still suffering from the kinematics problem of bodies sticking out of the side and stuff. So it's a little weaker now until those get resolved.
And I believe that's why both these teams wanted the old build, was because of the IK and bodies and shields not playing well together.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. But we are now into round 5. No caps coming out on Tanker, but Dead Logic looking real good on their defenses and some of their offenses so far, picking up their first Marsoc win last round. Now going to force VRATH's hand. They've got to find at least a win, if not a cap here, to try to stay in the series. Otherwise, Dead Logic will be taking the game on this map if they are able to hold this defense.
I think this is a pretty easy one to defend. If it had been like the front of the boat, it might have been harder, but this one feels pretty defensible.
It depends on who you lose and how quickly you lose them, because there's a lot of area to cover on the inside. So it's
That
pretty
is true.
tough.
There's a large cappable area.
Yeah. It's pretty tough to find. Tom of Poland is gonna find that grenade as Neox downs him. Neox now rushing up, looking like he knows he got that pick. Modge throwing a smoke out. It's not gonna be quick enough, but Modge, quick on the refrag, is gonna find Neox there. Now, just like that, it's a 4v4 with the north side being a little bit more susceptible. Gattaca really the only one able to watch that side. And these three members of VRATH here are playing with fire. If Whale's got a nade, this could be nade of the week territory here. Little nade coming out there. Ooh, just short. That was almost into the door.
Yep.
2 nades of the week?
I wish I could throw nades like that. Man, if it had gone inside, it would be nade of the week for sure.
100%. 100%.
I'm gonna flash him when we rush.
Here comes another one.
Flash is going to come out. Cap does see this, but he's not able to do anything about it as those windows are not penetrable. Whale is going to find 2, but the trade comes out. Hitman able to get that quick refrag. Furious almost steam-killing there, sending a few rounds out towards Modge, but doesn't matter as Cap is the one that's going to find him. Furious now on the inside. Is Cap going to be ready for him? No, he's not. And he's in objective. Can you? I don't think you can camp on this.
You can cap from there.
Can you cap?
Yeah, I believe so, but you can also shoot through it.
Well, it doesn't matter because Gattaca's going to find the kills. The window I can't fly through. Gattaca finds the kill. Dead Logic take the map, take the series. 4-1.
I'm fairly certain you can cap from right there.
I believe it was patched out at some point. I don't remember when or... I mean, it wasn't super long ago. It would have been recent. But doesn't matter as the tanker map is over and we are going to be now jumping into our final map and this caster's personal favorite. That's going to be
also my favorite.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of quarantine in my life is what we're going to be dealing with here, folks. And I am excited for this one team. It's just a good series. We're going to be seeing these teams play a little more fast and loose now that the victory has been secured. Logic way. The reminder that the bans were Tanker and Downfall. Oh! All right, folks, we are back. My apologies. What are you going to do? Sometimes PCs just don't do what they want you to do, but we're back in. No rounds have been played. The teams were kind enough to wait as we fixed our issues, and Gattaca finding a quick pick on Snowbird is going to kick off Quarantine with a bang. Here in this third map. Ugh. Tech issues, am I right?
Absolutely. I have had my fair share of tech issues.
Gattaca making a few check shots, not going to find any more as VRATH slows up a little bit on their relatively aggressive defense here for this position. Hitman in a good spot here to catch a few members of Dead Logic crossing. I find it interesting, if you take a look at the overhead map, they've given up on the entire north side. No one's even across the north street here as Dead Logic makes their push straight through.
Tom is in a very exposed position.
And there it is. Gattaca's going to capitalize on that quickly. VRATH losing members left and right already. And a great nade there. Oh my goodness. Actually landed inside the center burning, almost catching Whale. Great awareness by Whale there. But as I say that, Hitman does find the kill in the end. Now Gattaca making the approach here through center. He needs a little bit of reinforcement. They need some kind of equipment utilization from Mike and Cap here to draw some eyes away. Gattaca does find Hitman, though.
You can think courtyard. I don't know if I got him or not.
No one actually has eyes on the south side of objective building, though, right? I mean,
not a single one.
He could just walk up. Big Mike can just go for it.
Yeah, giving up on that north side is such an interesting choice. The shots ring out. Gattaca does find and confirm Furious on South Street. Oh!
The 203!
The 203 is going to be the winner there.
That was beautiful.
A great shot. I missed it. I don't think I mean, I saw where he died. I didn't actually get to see the tube getting shot, but the first M203 kill for me as well. We're getting a lot of firsts in this cast.
I think that's the first 203 kill ever in a cast.
Yeah, they are now legal as it is week 3, but only on Quarantine and Downfall, so that is why you're seeing that here. Gattaca picking up 4 kills for his team there. Great job by Dead Logic. Oh, and I gotta reset my map. There we go. All fixed up. All good to go. Gotta assign all the points again because God knows why. It was not Downfall. For map 1. God, we have to fix so much here, Trip. It's disastrous.
Don't bring me. We don't have to fix anything.
Oh, we have to do it together. We have to do it together as a team. We are a team of casters. Therefore, everything that goes wrong for me also goes wrong for you.
Ah, yes. I forgot that rule.
All right, the scoreboard's correct. I'm pretty sure. I'm sure someone will tell me. It was 4-2 in Suburbia, 4-1 in Tanker.
Correct.
And now 1-0 for Dead Logic in Quarantine as they continue their sort of stomp through this. I mean, we were talking about this earlier. Like, their matchups have been close, and I was saying, did one team find the kryptonite of the other? And it's looking like the answer is yes, and Dead Logic is the one finding that particular, the chink in the armor for VRATH, and just really kind of running away with it. 3 points put up by VRATH, all on defense. So far,
well, in the last 3 matchups, VRATH only won the first one, and that was a tie 8-8.
Yes, that is true. That is true, but the scores were so close. I mean, unless VRATH really turns it on here and takes this map, the score will continue to be relatively lopsided. What am I doing? That is not the right
This is round 2, map 3, Noman.
Yeah, there it is, yeah. So I'm an absolute disaster after my computer crashes. Just can't get anything going for any reason. VRATH getting that quick spawn right across the north street from the objective, so they will have to find which lane they want to make their approach from. I mean, the defense spreading out quite a bit. Whale making this heavy push here into the northwest is going to find 3 to deal with.
But he's still continuing to push, man.
Oh, and it's not going to pay off as Hitman will find the headshot at range. And now Gattaca is going to be the next.
Roof, but I don't know if he's downed.
Yeah, Rooftop is killed and confirmed. Furious out of the series already. So a 4v4.
Where is Gattaca?
He's on the south plane wing.
Oh, okay. That's a long shot.
A very long shot there. Gattaca definitely one of the sharpest shooters on that team. A little bit of a graphical glitch there. Unfortunately, that fuselage does not load properly in first person. Some interesting sounds from Hitman there. I'm not sure what that... Like a exhale. A sigh. Not a whole lot of action just yet as the teams do get set up. Where are the rest of these guys? There they are. Snowbird here. Coming through with the shield. And looks like they're going to go for that long rotation through the southwest outskirts. It's not a bad choice. I mean, honestly, if you take a look at the defense, there's really nobody watching that approach. They can probably make it most of the way to South Plane Wing without being spotted out by the defense.
Well, they do have Cap on the south road looking west.
I don't think it would be enough. Like, he's got the green car, the barriers, all of the gas station in front of him. I think that Snowbird here is going to have a pretty easy time creeping up.
I guess that's the question, is if they shoot at him because they have an opening on his back, or if they just try and sneak past.
Yeah, like Cap did not notice Snowbird making this approach whatsoever. He is still just trained on the village area. So Snowbird is going to have pretty much free reign all the way up until South Plane Wing. And if Cap goes down, they've lost a lot of their west side defense. And there it is. Tom is going to be the one that picks up Cap first.
One down, burning.
Seems like a well-timed kill right there, because Snowbird was just getting ready to cross the opening by that exposed... I don't even know what that's called. It's not a fuselage. It's part of the fuselage? What do you call that on the south side there? Broken fuselage?
Yeah. Yeah. Call it like half coach, I think is our official call.
Half coach.
Yeah.
I like it. Oh, a nade coming out. Just a little too far.
Just a touch, but they are getting real close to this objective as Snowbird continues to push the shield. Big Mike gonna have to deal with him, but a quick shot by him. And a little confirmation nade, a little too short. There's the confirm. Comes out, but an unfortunate team grenade is going to down Big Mike. This will force Neox to have to rotate into this street and could be the death of him as shots ring out. They do not land.
Heals coming out from Gattaca here.
Not actually seeing that smoke on my screen. There it is. Okay. Gattaca does get the revive. Shots coming out onto the offense as they make their approach through the south. Hitman is going to be the one that cleans up from center burning. Big Mike just avoiding a couple of shots there. And Maj catches Neox on the rotation to the south to try to catch a little flank. And now it is all up to Big Mike to try to stop this VRATH offense. And there it is. Hitman is going to find the angle onto Big Mike, tucked in on the northeast side of the objective. And VRATH will find themselves what I believe is their first offensive round of the series.
I believe that is right.
And a good series so far. I mean, do you see VRATH winning this? I mean, this was Deadlogic's choice.
This map in particular, I don't think so. Although I am impressed that both teams managed to get a Marsoc victory.
Yeah, on that ambulance objective, it is a tricky one to do, and with very different approaches as well. So a good set so far by them. Now they're going to be moving to the take courtyard objective.
I guess it all depends on their spawns, right? I mean, you could get a great spawn. On this one, you only have two options, but on that last one, on the ambulance courtyard, you could have gotten a really close west spawn, or you could have been behind the roof, or you could have been over in the crater. So I don't know if they've got plans for all three, or if they kind of just make it up once they get into the map, you know, or if they've got plans for all three and they don't have to worry about where they spawn.
Yeah, it seems like they're very good at adapting as they go. Right, like they don't seem to have set plays, but they'll pay attention to tablets, who's up, who's down, and then rotate into positions that make sense based off of that, which is good. It's adaptability is important in this game. Sometimes the best laid plans won't go to waste. But we are in round 3 now of map number 3. Big Mike looking for the members of the defense to cross. One does make it about halfway.
Yeah, one crossing south.
Yeah, Hitman is going to make that cross unimpeded as the shot's a little too late. And this offense is getting set up. 2 in the north, 2 in mid, 1 in south. So this is more akin to the type of setup we normally see for Quarantine. Like, it's pretty rare to see both teams abandon the rooftop as a choice, and a very nice shot by Snowbird there, sniping Gattaca out all the way in village, or what is it, Volt Spawn, whatever you folks call it, is in village 1 there.
Can we talk about Snowbird's position here, because I have never seen this taken in a league match.
Oh, you just haven't been in the league long enough. That is a favorite spot of Blaze's a couple of seasons back. Not ready. Used to rock that area. Naoko also snipe off there a couple of times here and there. But Hitman now trading some rounds with, is that Neox? These stupid tilted names really make it hard for me to see at a distance.
That is Neox, you are right.
Yeah, so Hitman and Neox trading some rounds there. Hitman not able to find anything. Whale sending some rounds out towards the defense. Not going to find any purchase. He's got to be careful if Snowbird has eyes. Oh, and a very nice long-range nade there from Neox to down Furious. Almost missed that one. He's got to get the res quickly, because once Neox gets up into center burning, this cross could be so dangerous.
They've also got one on the roof. I don't know if he can even go for that res safely.
The offense getting set up. One in the far northeast there. Finally starting to make his way down. The defense likely blissfully unaware of his position there.
Yeah, it doesn't appear that anyone's watching that angle at all.
I mean, he's still going to have to worry about Snowbird. I don't think he'll be ready for him up top there on that catwalk. And Tom is going to catch a round or two from Neox as he pushes out of burning. And now looks to find his approach maybe through the south again. Still gonna have to deal with Hitman on the opposite side.
I don't know if he's actually going to try and go for the south, or if he's just there to be a distraction for... Who is this in the far northeast side? Cap. Because, I mean, if Cap could just walk up to objective, basically.
He really could. I mean, Snowbird is kind of a problem.
Hitman. Snowbird's a problem only if he looks behind him. I mean, there's no way he's going to hear the guy.
The Ox does find Tom on the objective, and now VRATH starting to fall onto their back foot as they have 3 up, 1 revivable. Snowbird does find Whale on the approach to the objective.
Oh man, they're just crashing in on Neox right here.
The Ox.
He gets one, but Majiku takes him down.
Yeah, that is a very nice series of trades there for VRATH. Now just 1 member of Dead Logic remaining. Wonder if he was spotted out here standing up. Yeah, Cap not aware of Snowbird's pick, but I wonder if he's gonna catch him crossing. Here he does. Cap finds Maj, but now Snowbird very aware of that position, and the shot rings out. And it's good. It is a good shot.
Is that what you do when you're a shield player for offense? You just work on your sniper for defense? Because that was impressive.
That was very impressive. The bolt action sniper finding the final kill for VRATH there as they continue to hang on in map 3. Snowbird definitely the MVP of that round, finding 3 kills in total.
And VRATH taking the first defensive round on quarantine.
Indeed they did. Indeed they did. And such a good series it has been so far. We are an hour and a half into this. If you're just joining us, series is over, but the 3rd map is not, as VRATH looks to grab at least 1 map away from Dead Logic towards the end.
What's the total score? Can they tie this up still?
It is 9 and 4, 9 and 5 currently. My apologies. So they would have to cap on their. Yeah, there'd have to be two rounds in between and then a cap. Well, no, wouldn't be able to tie.
No.
No opportunity for ties, unfortunately. But it would be pretty close. I think it's a 2-point margin at best.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, if they put up 2 unanswered points here, it'll put them at 9 and 7. So it could only be 9 and 8 if they cap on that 3rd one, and Dead Logic puts up no points. But I don't think that's possible because, yeah, it's not possible. Just trust me in that it's not possible. All right, round number 4 is underway. The defense from Dead Logic getting set up. VRATH going to have the same spawn, so we'll see what differences they have in their approach. Some shots ringing out across North Street. They will get across safely. Smoke's coming out already, so I'm wondering if we're going to see a quick rush for the objective from VRATH here as they all get set up in center burning.
Frag out.
Neox with some aggressive positioning here at the ambulance.
Yeah, he's going to catch Snowbird out for sure. Whale is going to be the one that actually grabs that kill. The confirm coming out. Hitman 6-4's nade onto the objective. Will find Cap tucked in on the corner, though. And now VRATH ties things up 4v4. But the defense, I mean, they have encircled them completely. The grenade's coming off the roof. Whale's going to find Maj. The call-outs do come out. He is on the roof. Hitman is going to find Neox at the ambulance. Can Tom get the frag on Whale here? Or is he going to get the res off? The res does come off. Does Whale have any equipment to use? I believe he just used his frag. And now Whale is going to be forced to rotate. Nice frag coming in from the defense there, but a little misguided, as the North Street would have been the right place to put it. A nade coming out in his direction, though, is dangerously close.
Whale's got a little bit of tunnel vision there. He missed the guy crossing in the center street from the roof.
Gattaca finds Furious as he also tries to make this cross. This ambulance positioning has been strong so far. Whale and Maj do end up trading. And now it is two members. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's one member of Dead Logic and two members of VRATH as Hitman cleans up Gattaca at the ambulance. Now it is all up.
Standing.
Yeah, it is all up to Big Mike here to stop this potential cap. They've got 4 minutes. They've got more than enough time to set up some type of push. They should have a pretty accurate kill count as well.
How long do you give it before Big Mike tries to make a run for somewhere? That's the question.
I'm gonna say about a minute and a half. I'm gonna say down at the old 2-minute mark. He's gonna start rotating back in. I mean, he's in a good position. He just can't see that backside corner. That's really the only problem. That southwest corner.
How many do you count dead?
The man's trying to get an accurate count from Tom, but Tom is in the heat of the battle. He can't answer your questions. He just gives up on him.
You got that combat busy signal right there.
Yeah, exactly. The rotation coming out a little early, 40 seconds in. Big Mike now on the OBJ. And the pinch is coming in. Tom pushing up. Hitman's got tab out. He's on the corner. Big Mike should be checking this. It's an easy kill. There it is. That's a 1v1. Tom, the only one left for the offense. Big Mike still watching. Does Tom have the angle over the top? It looks like he does. Big Mike not aware, and there's the first on video tube kill. Woo! And there it is. An M203 kill will secure VRATH another Marsoc win as they go on a tear here in quarantine. Oh boy, that M203 can get real dirty sometimes.
I definitely want a trail, a nade trail or something for the 203 in the RPG.
I think they just travel too fast, but yeah, I do agree that it would be nice to see where it originated from. Well, 9-6 the score now as VRATH goes on the warpath in the final map, or Dead Logic maybe just taking it a little easy now that they've won the series. Either way, a good set so far.
You gotta keep those MMR points, though. You gotta get that MMR juice.
The MMR juice is life. That is for sure. We definitely know that as casters, but sometimes, you know, you're just so happy for winning. You have a little bit of fun with your last one. I totally understand it. At the end of the day, it is a video game, you know? It's fun to just take a little load off. We are now going to be seeing the roof courtyard objective in round 5 as VRATH look to close out this map 4-1 and try to take one away from Dead Logic, who's already won the series. Dead Logic getting that quick spawn on the south. I suppose the north would be a quicker spawn, but not the worst spawn you can get if the defense isn't ready. Some shots ringing out from Big Mike, not going to find any love as 3 members of Dead Logic are now pushing this ambulance position.
Yeah, Fury is taking a little bit of time getting to that roof and not checking the south cross. As he did so, let all those members cross, because if you're up on that plane wing, you've got a clear line of sight on that cross. Normally, you can pick off a couple of them.
There it is at the request. I did turn the lasers back on for the folks. They can see some of the information about where they're going. Hitman's gonna find the kill on Cap. He's looking for the second one here in the doorway. Will he be able to spot him out? No. Maj is the one actually taking those shots, and he's a little too late on re-peeking as Whale finds himself another and evens things out a little bit. Ooh, and Whale cleans up Hitman. Surprised he wasn't ready for that gas station push.
Alright, -2 confirmed on my side.
Whale confirming to his team he's got 2 out. VRATH now down to just 3 members remaining.
I'm behind objective.
And nobody really watching that west approach.
Well, he's got Snowbird's eye now. But he does rotate out of that position in time.
Whose laser is pointing at Snowbird is the question, because someone's got Snowbird in their sights too.
Oh, and a quick shot by Whale is going to find Tom of Poland, and Whale today has just been on an absolute tear. He's got the shots onto rooftop dialed in, but he missed. Snowbird is going to find Big Mike on his approach across the south. And Whale finds another.
Down, he's not dead.
And a perfect call there, as he is only resable. The X finds the res. Snowbird in danger here as Gattaca pushes with the shield to center burning.
Snowbird, last man standing, runs out, gets taken down.
There it is.
Deadlogic take their point.
And Whale just playing top tier. I mean, top tier plays here from Gattaca and Whale. 7 kills for Gattaca, 6 for Whale. They are definitely the tentpole players for this Deadlogic team. Hitman also picking up 9 on the VRATH side. Pretty well done so far, but Deadlogic not quite out of this yet. They love that MMR juice too, and they want more of it.
Yeah, MMR Juice Anonymous meets every Saturday for all of those MMR junkies.
They like it, they love it, they want some more of it, I believe is how the song goes.
You might be right.
Oh, I know I'm right. So if VRATH can put up 2 points here, they'll get a 10-8. Not too bad of an MMR blow. But they'll have to cap on this roof courtyard objective, which can be pretty tricky, especially with Deadlogic, really. I mean, they just gave up their first defensive loss here on Quarantine. So I suppose it is possible, just not necessarily probable. All right, we'll see how this looks. We're getting into our penultimate rounds here.
South spawn for VRATH, so they've got to cross 2 streets and the entirety of the map center to get to this objective.
Yes, they do. It can be pretty tricky, and they've got to be quick on these peaks in the south. They do have defensive eyes on them already, so 2 made it across, but 3 gonna need to create a little bit of smoke and distraction. That smoke not gonna be good for the
And these
cross.
2 members in the north, though, are just hauling. They are already at APC.
Yeah, and Whale is gonna find one of them for being a little too aggressive. If he just peeks over this wall a little bit, he'll find another.
Where'd he go? Yeah, one's down, not dead.
Oh, and he runs out of ammo as he looks for the shot on the other one crossing the north.
One more push north. He's at the really far end.
Not quite.
I don't think he saw that shield player, though.
No, he did not
Oh my
peek
God,
up
how did I
over
not
the
get it?
wall.
Bugger that. Expect a shield there as well.
All right, Whale giving up on that north angle. There's quite a few of the members of the offense still in that north side. In fact, all of them are in the north side. They've all made it across. They've crossed 2 streets and at least 3 sets of defender sight lines to get to where they are. An impressive push by them.
Gattaca pushing up on the defense and trying to get the backside of the shield. This is going to be an easy kill.
Oh, yeah, indeed. He's coming around the corner nice and slow. He might find Tom first before he peeks the rest of the corner. Definitely looking for him. open. Gattaca finds one. The corner now aware of his position, so he's not going to get that free kill just yet. VRATH going to be looking to try to get their res up here. I mean, this is where you send the shield, but Furious going to be the one that's going to get that res as suppression comes out from the Marsoc side, and now Neox will find two. Hitman and Furious out of the game as they make their cross. Great little position there underneath the APC to find those two kills. And now it's just up to Maj. And who's a Snowbird with the shield?
Yeah, that's a really good defensive spot. If you know that your right side or south side's clear and just focusing on the north, you're covered by a berm and then the APC wheels. So it's really hard to get a shot onto you.
Snowbird just sort of tucked in and waiting for his teammate to push up, I would imagine. Gattaca still patrolling this corner. Little nade's gonna come out, but Neox on the little flank will find him. And Neox is out for blood. The shot's ringing out, and the trade is gonna be the thing that happens, but Dead Logic will be the one that wins out in the end. And they have tied this up 3-3. They're not giving this up at all. I mean, they 3-1. I don't care. We're gonna come back. We're not gonna just give you free MMR juice, you know?
I thought that's how you did it. You gave them the first taste free and then charged them.
They already got their taste. They got their taste a while ago. Now is the time to pay up as VRATH has to fight this last defensive round to try to stay on track for winning one map out of the two. Dead Logic already locking the series in.
Oh, it is the center burning objective, which I guess it depends on how you feel about it, but I feel that personally it's a very capable objective from both offense and defense.
I mean, it would seem so. When you watch top teams play it, it seems to be one of those that almost always finds somebody to sneak in and cap. But it's so hard. It's such a difficult one because you never want to be on the other side of the burning walls there. It's a little too exposed. So it's so hard to patrol anybody coming, you know, prone around that middle area. I definitely understand the challenge with it, but I don't know if it's the easiest to cap necessarily. The setup is pretty expensive just to get you in range to cap. Although in that week 2 Globochem game, we saw a pretty disgusting arsenic cap, long rotation, right from tank courtyard, just underneath the nose of 3 defenders. Able to find a cap. So maybe it is easy. I don't know. It's not easy for me.
Right place, right time, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
And Dead Logic getting the worst spawn, in my opinion, for this, because you don't have the option of crossing without being seen, so they just got to run at it. The defenders do hear the shots, and Tom rotates from his north approach. He's going south now.
The approach heavy here on this north street as Neox and Whale push through. Nade comes out just short, and Furious is going to capitalize as Neox rushes out a little bit early. Whale looking for the refrag.
Furious over here is in a great spot to like stop this approach, right? You can't look to your north and towards center at the same time. So they have to either rotate back around and get him from the north side, or I don't know how you would deal with it otherwise.
Yeah, they just have to get that stroke of luck. I mean, the smokes are out. They need to reposition them a little bit. Another nade coming out onto Burning is also going to fall a little bit short. Will not find any kills there as Whale is looking for Furious in a big way, and he does find the kill in the end.
A defensive smoke there in the middle? That's
an interesting choice, yeah. I am not sure about that.
Unless it was a redirect and I missed it.
I don't believe so. They've got it. So, VRATH has Hitman 6-4 getting up on this plane with him. He's a little snappier with it. he could really capitalize on some of these positions, but Whale with a great frag finally downing Maj's luck running out. The quick res will come out then. And now Cap is trying to deal with Hitman on that rooftop. Whale grabs the pick on Snowbird and Maj with the quick refrag. Now Maj will have to return the favor and grab the res onto Snow. Hopefully without Big Mike's interference here. Gattaca pushes across the street. Maj able to find that frag as Tom makes the call out from the village garage. Now Dead Logic, just 2 members remaining, Big Mike and Cap in the far south. The only 2 to make it happen, so VRATH looking like they might be able to close this map out, barring any sort of shenanigans.
Cap is going to be pretty exposed. Okay, he tucked behind the rock. I was going to say, pretty exposed when that smoke goes away just now. They don't know that Hitman rotated off of that south plane wing, so they really don't have a good idea where he's at.
I mean, Maj's position is so open, but he's been so effective in it so far. That res coming out from Snowbird has been a big deal. But still not rotating to try to get the res. I wonder if they're just out of syringes.
They might be out of syringes.
Cap's still in the south. He needs to push up. I think he's still worried about Hitman's positioning. Yeah, he is now rotating out, heading towards South Street, but he's got to be careful. Tom does have a good angle on this approach if he decides to watch it.
All right, here comes the revive.
The timing does work out. Big Mike not ready.
Oh, and a frag going out.
And it is going to be good. It's going to grab Big Mike and force Cap's hand. But it doesn't matter because Hitman back up on that plane wing is going to find the kill onto Cap before he has a chance to make a move, and VRATH will take map 3, 4-3. Final kills there. Hitman 6-4 with 10. Gattaca and Neox both sharing 8, and Whale not far behind with 7. So a great series there from both teams. A long, drawn-out brawl that does culminate in not a surprising outcome, I don't think, but a very close game. It definitely, I think, is a lot closer than the score would make it seem. Some of those rounds in Suburbia were a little bit tighter than I think both teams would have wanted. But a good series overall. What are your thoughts, Trip, on what we just witnessed?
It was definitely a great series. I'm glad I came along for the ride. And I definitely look forward to the Button Cup, which should be coming up sometime soon this season.
Yeah,
I don't know when that actually is.
It'll be in a couple of weeks, so we're still a little ways out from that, but it is definitely going to be a fun one. Button Cup, obviously the NA-EU matchups that are generated for 2 weeks, sort of let us fight across the pond. That's going to be September 2nd to the 15th, by the way, for those that are interested. But yeah, good series nonetheless. I mean, I would say, you know, don't go anywhere, but obviously there's a little bit of time before our next cast of the day, which is going to be brought to you by Mr. Trip here and Xandria, and it's going to be Mayhem and Legionnaires at 6 p.m. Pacific. So tune into that later tonight. We've got a ton of games on Sunday as well, which I'm sure we'll go over in tonight's cast. But I think that's going to do it from us here at the casting desk today. This was Dead Logic and VRATH in Season 8 Week 3 matchups. Do want to thank our sponsors, ProTube and VR Cover. Thank you for everything you guys do for the league. We very much appreciate it. Want to thank the community and our community mods, Cause, Mama Birds, Sleepy, and Dakin. Do appreciate all you guys do. Thank you to the teams. Thank you to the viewers. Saw some bits rolling in. We do appreciate all that stuff. Stay tuned. All kinds of Onward action in the future. You know the website, vrmasterleague.com/onward if you want to get in on all this goodness. But we are going to sign off until this evening. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you next time.